We go again. Johnny's at the start line for the Stonor Challenge Cup. Zeman and Duvernay-Tardif from Canada versus Wilde K on the right-hand side of your screen.
Both doubles getting a really good start there. Are they coming together? Steering it well, maybe Clark and Duvernay-Tardif. No, they've got their steering. I thought they were coming across, but no, they're both a really good start there. Steering straight, really difficult off the start at the moment with the wind swirling around. Great start from both crews.
Jumped up the course to see some live shots here. Carling Zeman, you might well know her name. She has rowed the single scull for many years for Canada, Olympian, and she's actually just jumped into this crew. She's raced the Princess Grace earlier on today. She's been a good crewmate and said, I'll jump in. Been illness, so there's been a space needed, and you can see her experience here coming through as they're just holding this young British double.
They've got longer strokes and they're taking maybe 1 or 2 less strokes a minute. A little bit more under control, coping with the conditions maybe. You can just see the boats bobbling around a bit. The water's quite challenging, particularly from this section of the course, probably from another 700 or 800 meters. Water's bobbling around, quite windy, it's gusty too. You can see in the flags in the background that wind's not just a headwind now, it's also coming across. But it's close.
What's going to happen here? This British double in this yellow boat here, they are experienced, they're young but experienced. You see the bow seat there, Katie Mole with the red lycra on there. She's a University of Birmingham rower. Leander Club, pink blades. Becca Wilde, they are holding on to this crew.
If anything, they're coming through them, I think, Jess. The Birmingham University and Leander Club crew, they've done really well on the domestic circuit this year. They won women's doubles at the Metropolitan Regatta, and they were second overseas, the Duisburg Regatta, in women's double sculls. So they're no slouches at all. And look at them, they're coming back absolutely neck and neck, I think, as we're coming through that slightly quiet part of the course, those 200 meters where the wind swirls around and it's quite bobbly. In fact, you can see great shot down the course. You can see the water wobbling around. That Leander and Birmingham University double coping with that very well indeed.
And again, what chance for them to race this international crew? Yes, they've just jumped in a boat together, but they're both very experienced international rowers, and they are holding on to them. There's Carling Zeman in the stroke seat. Be a little bit tired from racing already today, but she's a hugely powerful athlete. If you ever watch her racing in single scull, very good technician, but she adds to that a lot of power. Will we see that kicking in through the middle of this race?
Yeah, or will the fact she's already raced not so long ago start to tell in the last 300 meters, and that finish is approaching. We're approaching the regatta enclosure, where the enclosures start to begin, so 300 meters or so. And, oh well, as we've seen in the previous race, at this point it's anyone's race.
They're holding on to them though. They're really holding on there. These pink Leander blades are dropping in, and they can see. Little look across there to see, are they there? Yes, they are. Look at them go. Is this going to be the moment where their heads come up and they increase their stroke rate? Can they go through the Canadian? This would be a scalp indeed. Wouldn't
it just whether they've got that extra gear in them. And the two crews, an interesting contrast. This Birmingham University and Leander crew, slightly quicker rating. They're more dynamic, I think, at either end of the stroke. Have they got enough gear to take that rating up and push through as we come to the last 200 meters?
Can the Canadians respond? As they're experienced, they're racing on the international scene at the moment. Can it kick in here? They're in the middle of a very busy racing schedule. Varese World Cup, Henley Royal Regatta. They're going to Lucerne in Switzerland next week. How much can they kick in here? How much can their training and all their experience really shine through in these closing stages? And I think they've made a move.
Yeah, you can see they took their stroke rate up to about 35 strokes a minute. They're looking to be a little bit longer, a little bit more composed. They're in slightly calmer waters as they come to the last 100 meters or so and past the grandstands, and that's telling. They're starting to ease into a lead over Birmingham University and Leander.
But what a fight from this Leander double. They really had a moment where they thought they were going to stay in touch with them, and they really took it to them. They made the Canadians respond. That's a really impressive thing to do.
Amazingly gutsy race here as we come down to the finish. But experience, I think, is telling.
Come across the finish line. We saw a cracking race there, but it's going to be a win for Marlu, Duvernay and Zeeman over Wilde and Mole in the Stonor Challenge Cup.